Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It's going to be a great night, I hope. It's time for Friday night on the Homestead, and tonight's topic is more squash, please. Have you had any idea about me growing up, and even through most of my marriage, you would think, what the heck is he doing? He hates squash. I'm learning, folks. I'm learning. All right, let's go up to the comments and see who all's here. Back up here to the top. All right, so first one in was Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead. Super Scout is lurking at work. Star Homestead India is lurking and working out. David Lynn, Prepper Principal, is here. George Washington is here. Gear Grinding 19's in the house. Troop 1351 is here. Aiden Deere is here. And everybody's talking now. Idaho Garden Girl's in the house. Mary Beth Smith is here. And I'm scrolling down. Checked Off is here. Hold on to your ears, folks. It's time. It's CP at Hugo Homestead. All right. Everybody's saying hi. Kaylin Strain is in the house. It's Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man. I'm going to mispronounce this again. It's Mr. Hale. Eric Hale? I can't. I know I'm butchering that. Okay, I think I'm caught up as more people come in. Okay, before we get into this, I'm going to make an announcement now. I'm going to make the announcement in the middle, and I'm going to make the announcement at the end. Next week, here on Camppatton Family Compound and Gray Man Prepping at 10 o'clock, I'm doing a simulcast to both channels. We have Dr. Paula Ruffin here. She's a doctor of chiropractics and health medicine, and she's been on TEDx in Detroit. And she's going to be here talking to us about nutrition, winter prepping, and vitamins. So she'll be here next Friday, and we'll see her here then. It sounds like Eric. Oh, Arik. Arik Kale. Got it. Now I'm gonna. All right. To me, saying it sounds like Eric, I'm going to say it either has a bit of Norwegian, Iceland, Scandinavian background to it, or Old Saxon. Or Lord of the Rings. It's cool. I love it. It's cool. Arik. Reminds me of the movie, the jousting movie, A Knight's Tale, where he took on the name Ulrich von Liechtenstein. All righty, so So I need to change one thing here real quick and go to that and throw that up and go back to the comments. So I see the comments. All right. Okay, so tonight's is about more squash. Growing more squash, harvesting more squash, processing more squash, and learning how to cook more squash. Now, for one who grew up whose mother constantly burnt the squash, the zucchini she was trying to cook, the only thing she got halfway decent was the patty pan, and all the other squash she tried cooking was nasty, and it's taken my wife 30 some odd years to get me to try some. Not playing squash. I don't know the rules. I barely know the rules for cricket. And so I'm going to need everybody's out if there's help that knows about cooking squash and doing squash. I've been doing a bit of research and stuff. I'm lost when it comes to the recipes and stuff. I'm going to have to get my wife to cook more for me. Yes, I would need to be giving more foot rubs for it. But I looked up here, and I found there's some confliction between what is listed as a summer squash and what is listed as a winter squash. So these are the ones that the major consensus was of being summer squash varieties. And summer squash varieties, one of the things that separates it from what I read is that it doesn't store well. You harvest it, you use it, you process it. If it means running it through a Cuisinart and freezing it, that's what you do. If it means cooking it and freezing it, that's what you do. If it means cooking it and freeze drying it, that's what you do. Hey, Chairman, how's it going? And so, yeah, here it is at the bottom here, okay, in patty pan. They're a little round, and I'm looking around to see if any of them are showing around us here. They're probably and then these are the ones that are listed as winter squash. However, the crookneck on a couple were listed as winter squash, but I believe crookneck are more summer squash, unless there's a fall squash variety. Then crookneck falls in fall squash. And these are just, some of them. I was finding other ones. So you got you got honey nut, butternut, and buttercup. Then you got spaghetti, red curry, sweet dumpling, Hubbard I've heard about, pumpkin, obviously I've heard about pumpkin, acorn squash, heard about them. And then there were a couple other ones that I saw only on one particular website, nowhere else, as far as being winter squash, and I was hesitant to put those names up here. Yeah. All right. My daughter 2 years ago had a bunch of butternut squash. She hardened them good, put them in the basement, and they lasted 18 months. So the last year she didn't plant any, and now they're all gone. And she's actually bought some from one of the neighbors that had an excess of butternut this year. Okay, commercially made pumpkin pie isn't made out of pumpkin completely. Some people do make it at home completely out of pumpkin, and I'm having a brain fart which one of these it's actually made out of. Is it butternut or is it? It's not spaghetti squash. All right, who knows what pumpkin pie commercially is made out of? Hey, Shawnee, how's it going? So, Yeah, I guess they found something that was easier to process and sell commercially. And I think you're right. I think it is butternut. Yeah. So, and that someone was saying that it depends who's commercially buy can you get. It may have pumpkin in it. Others don't have pumpkin in it. So it's all the seasoning they put in it, I guess. But probably sneaks in sweet potato in for color. All right. What else do I have next? So there's the possibly the number one culprit for impersonating a pumpkin. And this is actually showing how you can harden it. Once you harvest it, you put it out there, and there's a specific thing on how to harvest it. Ooh, Lakota winter squash is worth growing. Have to look that one up here in a minute. I'm gonna leave the comment up here as I go back over here. So harden off squash for about 7 to 14 days by letting them sit in the field. If conditions are favorable, you can also lift the fruit off the ground and place it in a single layers in a dry, well-ventilated spot. Ideally, hardening off conditions both temperatures of 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit with 80 to 85% humidity. We don't get that humidity here. And my daughter was able to harden it off for, and stuff lasted, 18 months. So let me drop this down and get this over here. See if this will work. And let me spell this out here. L-A-K-O-T-A, Lakota, W, Lakota winter squash. Okay, here's what that looks like. All right, so those are some of the pictures of it. And it looks kind of interesting there. Let's go to the full images here. Interesting. Kind of cool. And that's what it looks like cut open. So you got someone's countertop there. Doesn't get a judgment there. Call on the. There's someone holding it. But now they're showing other winter squashes as well too, and there's a mix of winter squashes. But yeah, so that's the Lakota. The Trade Winds is out of stock. Yeah, you have to check around for it. Baker Creek, they're not saying out of stock popping up here, so Baker Creek may have them still. Okay, and all right, she has another one here to throw up. Let me look that one up here. MUSQUEEDE Providence. When I typed in just the first two words there, it came up Providence pumpkin coming up after it. But there's Providence squash, and it looks like a pumpkin. And they call it pumpkin. Johnny Seeds has it. Baker's Creek has it. So they got it around. And looking at the size of the board there, it's looks like it's got a lot of meat on that pumpkin there. That looks like a lot of meat when you look at this. If that's a 2x12 it's sitting on, that's thick. That's twice as thick as most pumpkins are. So it gets a lot of meat on it. Yeah. Interesting shapes to some of them too. Cool. Yeah, I know the Lakota one looked cool, and this one here. I mean, some of these here, looking at some of the different pictures up here, on here, rather interesting. The different shades and stuff. I mean, this one here is that's a different one. That's but the Lakota. I mean, this one was Keith's one here. Yeah. I mean, all those different colors and stuff are really cool. And that one's that kind of green one on there is kind of cool looking too. So yeah, that one looks really kind of neat. So all right, let's go back down here. All right, what do we got here? Cherokee tan pumpkins are good keepers too. All right, that's good to know. I mean, I was looking for hours trying to find all the winter squash I could, because those are the ones that keep better. And no one mentioned Cherokee tan pumpkins. No one mentioned Lakota. No one mentioned the other ones here. This is why I love you guys. You inform me, and we can share information here. Just had a 5-second ad play. Hey, 5 seconds is good. 5 seconds, boom, gone. I found out I got to go in every time just before, if I remember, and change the settings so it doesn't play ads. Otherwise, I got it to default to non-skippable, which means they're really short, and so they just go blip blip. But I can't. If I don't go in every single time to stop the ads, you get a 5-second ad or a 6-second ad. Yeah, I'm gonna next summer, after my wife and I get some of the trees put in, going to be planting a lot of pumpkins, and I'm going to try finding some of these here, and getting some of these seeds and plant some different ones up here that we can harden up, because my daughter will cook the stuff up for me. So. Oh, and the ad wasn't for seeds. Let me guess, it was for golf. Okay, Long Island cheese pumpkin. There are so many kinds to grow. And that's the thing. You're gonna have to find out find out some of the names of these ones. I hope people are writing some of these names of and I froze. Write down these names from the side chat and look them up, and to see if they'll grow good in your area. I mean, because some of these are just so cool. I mean, they may not look like a traditional pumpkin, some of these ones here, but my grandkids would have a grand time, digging them out. Salmon River is a good one in Idaho. Also. Okay. Oh, everybody, hydrate. For those of you that have been following the videos, the video I did on the shop, the 2 videos so far, yeah, I spent a bunch more time up on the ladders redoing wiring, and I redid some some stuff temporary, so that when I start putting the OSB up on the ceiling, I'm changing out. I'll be changing everything out a lot and installing a different type of a lighting system up there. That it will be all LED, and all the switches will be wired right. We'll break the lights out into 2 separate breakers, one side of the shop, the other side of the shop. That way, if something happens on one, we still have lights on the other one. All plugs are going to be off separate by themselves. No plugs and lights will be on the same circuits. This is turning to a really weird nightmare here. Oh, all right, Glenn. How's Glenn doing? Casa Blas and I'm losing it here. Seminole do great in Florida. Oh yeah, the wiring mess up there, yeah. Yeah, so he ran the power up to 2 plugs in the ceiling for the garage door openers. Then from that, he ran it over and hooked it up to one light fixture. Ran it back over to another light fixture where the switch line is at, but didn't tie it into the switch line. Then he ran from that one forward in the shop to a light fixture, over to the next light fixture, and back to that one and tied that into the line switch. He could have saved 20 feet of wire by just wiring it in line like I did. Anyways, yeah, so it's I got it all wired up right, and as far the garage doors are wired back in, now I just got to run a short line leg over to the switch from the power, and I'll have those lights back up. But I got some other lights up there. I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow, maybe. What I'm doing to get lighting up into what I'm disconnecting all the power for the lights. I don't get enough sun for squashes. I'm surprised the acorn squashes survive. All right, I'm thinking back, Kaylin. Was it? Oh man, it may even been 2 years ago when Uncle Al and I did the live stream on plants that grow without sunlight. For total shade, total non-sun plants. I'm thinking there was a squash that didn't need hardly any sunlight at all. Squash that don't need let's see what comes up here. Gee, Google screwed the pooch on that one, pardon my French. It just cued off the first word. Didn't pick up the rest of the question of, it said squash that don't need direct sunlight. It just did squash. And it gave me all these ones that are full sun. So I'm going to do it this way here. So I'm going to go the other way since it's acting weird tonight. Nah, it's Google doesn't want to share the information. Salmon River winter squash. Google it. Okay, developed in Idaho. Description: magnet, delicious. Big beauty of Idaho. Okay, that's all right. I'll put that one in. See what that says. LOW, lower salmon SQUASH, lower Salmon River squash. Let's see what that comes up. Okay, and so that's what we have here. Open pollinated seeds. Okay. Okay, I can see what he's talking about, getting the salmon color on the skin. No sun squash. All right. Hey, Grammy Karen, how's it going? So yeah, there's one that's for, you know, this also might do good in over there where Courtney is, and she's below the snow belt, but she still gets snow. So hey, Laura. And getting commercials there coming in, yeah. Yeah, everyone should be getting a commercial when they come in, but only a couple people might be getting them. You know, like who? I just had a brain fart. Who got the 5-second commercial? But yeah, I'm watching. I haven't seen any commercial pop up on my other one here. I don't know. It might. I wonder. Snake River Seed might have it. Hang on. Let me do some checking here. All right. Caitlin got one in the middle. She got a 5-second one in the middle here. So if anyone else gets an ad, like a 5-6 second ad, let me know. All right. Let me see. Snake River Seed. Snake River Seeds. Oh, go back to all. Wait a minute. Let me go back to images. Okay. Snake River Seed Cooperative. So that's what theirs look like. Cool. And someone's doing an interview with them. Made in Idaho here. So let me go back here to all. Snake River Seed Cooperative. I just type in snakeriverseeds.com. Let's take a look and see what they get here. Should be under vegetables. And zucchini. I'm going to do a search here. Search their store. And that was, I think that was the lower. There it is. Squash, lower 7. Yeah, there it is. Boom. $4 for a package of seeds. And does it say how many seeds you get? Planting depth, 1/2 inch, 3 inches spacing on seeds, 7 to 10 days germination, 90 days to maturity. Oh, sorry, 3 feet, not 3 inches. 3 feet spacing. Be gentle with roots of transplanting. 2 or 3 plants per hill with 6 feet between hills, or plant in rows 3 feet apart. Doesn't say how many seeds you're getting. I would gather you're getting probably at least 10, if not 20 seeds. Guessing, folks. So if anybody's interested, here's the link to that. Throw that down here in the comment. Boom. All right, so Steph has grown both of those. Cool. Okay, so Snake River Seed has the other one as well. Okay. Hey, Rachel, how's it going? She's at work. All right, so I'm going to drop this in here for, so far everybody I've seen in here that does seed growing. There's the link to come up here. And message. There we go. Someone wants to come up here and talk squash, whether it's pumpkin, butternut, patty pan, crookneck, yellow crookneck. My mom used to love trying to grow that. But my mom and both my wife are best successful at growing zucchinis that could take out any zombie horde. And my wife gets out there with her zucchini going, and when she'll pick everything she can before she leaves to come here, and she'll tell Alex to go out and look for it. When anything gets 6 to 8 inches long, cut it off, put it on the counter. And she comes here for a week. She gets back and she has stuff 2 foot long that, in a week. She goes to baseball bats in 2 weeks. And if she lets it go for 3 weeks, it's Captain Caveman Club. Hit somebody with it and then squish them. No damage to the zucchini. Oh no! Your zucchinis were small this year. Not good. But one of the things, my wife has cooked the patty pan, which actually, let me look it up here. See if it comes in. Interesting. Patty. Okay, Snake River Seeds does not have patty pan. Oh no! So let me go back over here and try, see what pops up when I do it this way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the green ones here, not the yellows, were the type that both my mom grew and my wife grew one here that looks. I came up with like this little green one in there. It looked a little different, but it's still listed as a patty pan. But all the different ways of sauteing and cooking. And my wife did something that was just it looked something like that actually, but I'm not sure if it was roasted or not. But it was actually she used a lot of butter on it, garlic. What else you put in? Some onion powder, a little onion powder. Trying to remember, but yeah, whatever she put on it, it was actually good, and I actually enjoyed that squash. Hey, CR. Sorry, I was eating. Well, here you go. Here's the here's the bowl for you of roasted patty pan squash, CR. Yeah, there's so many varieties of squash, and finding some that'll do good in your area. Now, the one problem I have with thinking about growing the patty pans here, both in Arizona and in California, when we had cows, the first year we were in Arizona, my mom planted zucchini. Hey, Chairman.
Hey.
How's it going?
All right.
Anyways, the first year my mom was in, and we were in there, the first year we were in Arizona, my mom planted zucchini. Cows didn't try to get out. The next year she planted patty pans. They got out 3 times and decimated the patty pans. We got back to California. First year back, she planted zucchini. Second year, she planted the patty pans way on the other side of the property. It's 1.25 acres on the other side of the barn. And the cows got out and went up around the big mobile home they got put in and ate the patty pans up there. Cows can smell patty pans. They'll get out to eat the patty pans. I got cows across the fence here next door for the guy raises some beef cows. Yeah. My luck, if I try growing patty pans here, those cows would break down the fence, even though it's got hot wires on it.
Mm-hmm.
So what sort of squash and stuff do you grow?
I don't have a garden right now, but I would like to grow, I don't know, maybe some tomatoes and some, trying to think, strawberries maybe.
Okay.
just small things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for talking about tomatoes, though, growing them, I grew them indoors last year. Had two 5-gallon buckets. I did some cherry tomatoes and some granderos, which is a variety of Roma tomatoes, so they don't get huge. They get about that big.
Yeah.
And they did okay. I got plenty of tomatoes for me during the winter and spring. And I just put the buckets outside for part of the summer. I didn't, transplant them. And they went up a little bit bigger, and they kind of like they had reached the end of their thing. So what the heck? I stuck them into one of the new planters I just installed, and they're going absolutely nuts out there.
Yeah.
But one of the things I did do some cucumbers indoors in the house here.
Yeah,
but
well,
next,
I like my tomatoes without the skin on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next fall, I'm going to try in the shop, doing some patty pans in the shop, or I'll start them out in the IBC tote outside, and I'll roll that into the shop when it starts getting cold, to see if they will keep growing in a warm environment.
Yeah.
And see how long I can get winter squash growing during the winter. So that'll be next winter.
Yeah. One thing I found out about tomatoes is that they have a element in them called lignin, and lignin is not supposedly great for you because it cut up your stomach lining.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day. That chemical is in greater amounts in red tomatoes, lesser in orange, and practically non-existent in white tomatoes.
White tomato. Okay.
And you got to make sure it does full vine ripening, because as it ripens, it pushes back some of that chemical back into the plant.
Hmm.
And it's Lewis, your device is not connecting. You got Lewis trying to come up here right now. Yeah, I can't even bring him up.
Yeah, I actually got it really easy. It didn't ask me for my code or anything. That was strange.
All right.
Uh,
So that may be the chemical that pushes back into the plants. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing?
Well, I heard it was in the skin and in the seeds.
Yeah. Howie was up there and he said, the seeds especially. So you scrape out this. If you want, you scrape out the seeds. You get rid of a lot of it. And if you have trying to do the type of tomato, basically one that's a lot of meat and not much juice in it, it's easier to peel the skin off.
Yeah.
Okay, is he coming up now? Add to stage. All right, Lewis, can you hear me? He's having internet problems. Oh, there he is. Hey, Lewis. You're kind of frozen.
Yeah, I can't see it. Yeah, they have internet issues.
Okay, let's see. Steph says you can eat immature winter squash if the skin hasn't cured. It just won't keep as long. Okay, so if you got one that hasn't cured properly, that's the one you want to go ahead and eat sooner. And I'm getting an echo from you, Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, let's turn on your volume.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, your YouTube's probably still open.
Mm-hmm. Is that better?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I can still hear it.
Or I'll just drop down.
All right, try it again.
Oh.
Kaylin, it wasn't you, okay? Kaylin's always apologizing when.
I think the program picks up all the ambient sound.
Well, what happens is if you have a tab open with YouTube on it, and you come in here and you don't mute YouTube, it'll pick up the sound.
Yeah.
But if you only have StreamYard up and you like totally muted the other one, StreamYard will auto sound cancel what we're talking about directly here. Wait for the echo.
Yeah.
And exactly, CR, a headset, or like I do, an earbud. That way I still hear everything else going on in the room around here, but I can hear everybody else there.
I would love to grow a cherry tree in my yard, but that takes years for the cherries to mature.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
But if you really want cherries and you're willing to spend a little extra for it, some nurseries, they'll have them and they will put them in a bigger pot and overwinter them. And if they still have some of those, they'll go in a bigger pot. Some places just don't even send them to the nurseries. The growers will keep them in pots and then send them to the nursery and charge the nursery more for a more mature one that'll start producing in 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking. My wife and I are looking at for apricots.
I would love a Bing cherry tree, Bing cherries.
Yeah, my wife got one of those. This looks interesting, guys. This is a patty pan, a more rounded one, not like with the flatter ones. And this is a Mexican stuffed patty pan. 1 onion, 1 red bell pepper or red pepper, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon ground coriander. All right, let's throw some bacon and cheese in there.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't eat capsaicin because it's hard on my stomach. So yeah, I'm very sensitive to capsaicin for some reason. Well, because I've had surgeries on my body and my stomach's just not having it.
So I'm not sure. Let me go up. I thought I was sharing that. I'm not sharing. Let me throw that back up here. All right, so there it is. That's the stuffed Mexican patty pan, and it has the ingredients on it right there for making it. But it looks like looks like they put bacon in there.
Yeah.
And cheese.
Yep. When I go to like Taco Bell, this is all I can handle is the mild stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff, and that's it. I can't get any hotter.
Yeah. For years, I mean, it was just, I can take hotter stuff, and I've taken hotter stuff, but I kind of like, what I like is like the mild La Victoria. It's a particular one by La Victoria. The crap, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's mild is what it is. Yeah. And it was one that even the kids will sit in there and just because it's so mild.
Dang.
Yeah. It is mild.
Well, I know a guy that'll eat a California or a Carolina Reaper like it's an apple.
Oh yeah.
Nuts.
Joe at Garden State Gardener has been been getting in some of that stuff. Dustin at Wide Family Farm he's getting insane, along with Operation Capsaicin and Arsenic something or other. Yeah, those guys are into their peppers way beyond me. Yeah. I'm just now beginning to appreciate the Chipotle Tabasco sauce. And it's like I put drop here, drop there, drop there, drop there on my quesadilla, and that's it. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, but I can't believe I have a friend. He's not a YouTuber or anything.
Thank you, Caitlin, putting the name up there. Arsenic Element.
But he just eats those things like they're apples.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And now there's even hotter pepper now. I can't think of what it's called, but there's even a hotter pepper. It's a crossbreed, just like the Carolina Reaper is, but I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Pepper X or something like that.
Yeah.
Freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. It's the La Victoria Suprema Salsa Mild.
Mild. Mm.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one that the my kids and my nieces and nephews would just, if they saw it pop down, if they saw the jar, they knew what it was. Oh man, they hammered that thing like it was no tomorrow.
Well, peppers are good for you. They do open your veins,
Yeah.
cardiovascular up. They dilate your veins. But just the capsaicin part, just what ruins it for me.
Yeah.
If there was a way to totally mitigate the capsaicin, I would do it. But
Yeah. I know for me, for eating some of the hot sauces, when back when I was younger, my dad loved going to Pepe's across from the NBC studios.
yeah.
And their chile verde was so delicious,
Ooh.
but it was hot.
Yeah.
And one of the things and their salsa they served for dipping on the chips was even hotter. And the only way my brother and I could handle it, it'd be like you think we were doing tequila, because we take the scoop it, we put some salt in our hand, take a bite, toss the salt in, and the salt for us neutralized a bit of the burn.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but that's a lot. That was a lot of salt as young kids we were going through.
Salt does do that, yes. I forget exactly what it does, but it does mitigate it. Yeah. That's why they give you chips and stuff when you're at restaurants, salty, the corn chips.
Mm-hmm. Hey, CR.
But alcohol does mitigate the capsaicin as long as it doesn't have lots of water in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like vodka or tequila.
Yeah. All right, CR, you said pass the milk. My brother-in-law found out that the only thing that worked for him was buttermilk. And whenever we went to a Spanish restaurant, he ordered 2 glasses of buttermilk before he wanted one immediately, and it was half gone by the time the chips arrived on the table.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the buttermilk would coat your stomach and your tongue. But I also heard that like heavy cream also does that too.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like the taste of heavy cream.
Yeah. My wife will not bring heavy cream into the house with me around, because she brings in a thing of heavy cream. Next thing she knows, she has super heavy whipping cream. And me and the boys are sitting there. We get a small sliver of pumpkin pie. We pile it on high, and we dig down till we find some pumpkin pie.
Jeez. Well, it's not that hard to make a heavy cream out of that. So.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I forgot to make the announcement again. I forgot to do it halfway through. All right. So announcement coming up next Friday. Here on Friday Night in the Homestead and over on Gray Man Prepping, I'm doing a simulcast to both channels. I have Dr. Paula Ruffin. Yep.
I know her.
And she's been on TEDx Detroit and some other stuff, and she's going to be here talking about nutrition, winter prepping, and including your vitamins. And she'll do a little Q&A session in there if we have time, and she's gonna she'll basically hopefully she'll point out some of the differences between the good vitamins and the ones that are just They just take crap, whatever it is, put in there because it's not like magnesium. They just put one type of magnesium, but you actually need the other type of magnesium to be for your body to be able to use it.
Yeah, yeah. You need a vitamin. Also need vitamin D3 and K2 for your bones.
Yeah, and so she'll be talking about all of that, and we'll see how it goes and whether or not she wants to come back for our second round.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, I need to talk to Doc Bones and Nurse Amy and get them in up here for a second round. Actually, that'll be a fifth time. All right. Would you like more pie? No, I want more whipped cream with that CR. More whipped cream.
Yep.
And Brenda's back. Okay, so one of the things here when it comes to squash, important part. Find out what grows good in your area. Find someone else that's already growing it. See if you can get one and find out from them what's the best way that they cook it, and try to find out, because sometimes it depends how you cook it totally. You can cook it one way and it's like, I'm never touching that again. And then 6 months later, someone cooks something up and you go, this is great. What is it? And it's the one you said you'd never touch again because they cooked it differently.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, Survival Saturday, the topic is surviving a long-term power outage. And like I mentioned previously, either I don't know, it was last night or maybe last night I talked about it. I can't say, I got a hold of some information because of my non-disclosure from working for the government. I can't say exactly what it said. I can't say who I got it from, but they sent it to me by accident, and they sent me another email right afterwards to say, non-disclosure, you can't talk specifically about this. Unfortunately, it said specifically. So I'm dancing around the edge, folks. So I'm going to be doing a lot of power videos, power outage, backup power and stuff between now and the new year. But tomorrow's is surviving a long-term power outage, and it's going to be different than the last one. This is one where it's just you in a small area around you, not a big 300-mile area that's totally out. It's like around you, blackout. Someone took out the substation totally, or the main transmission line to your area came down, and it's such a bad deal. It's going to take them a month or two to get things fixed, especially if it's if it's like the transfer station. All the transformers out there fried. Yeah. So your little area is without power. You can drive 10 miles and be in the city, and they have full power and light and everything else. So it's not like the other one you had no place to go to get stuff. This is your house.
Centralized blackouts. It's a centralized blackout.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night on Survival Saturday. Back here on Monday for the Fireside Chat on Monday, we're going to be talking about taking a vacation from the homestead, dealing with plants, animals, and anything else on the homestead that keeps you around that you need to be there for. So we will be. Wait, someone shocked at that pun. Oh, shocked pun. Okay. So we're going to talk about that on Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping. The topic is the $50 food challenge. So I'm kicking off a food challenge for people to do videos, response videos to. I'm going to lay out all the rules and stuff. It's a $50 food challenge, and you can find out more about exactly what that covers on Tuesday. And then, of course, next Friday, like I said, here we will have Dr. Paula Ruffin. Oh, I forgot. Thursday night is the midnight ride, but that's just open chat. All righty, what else we got here? I do have a special Tactical Tuesday coming up on Halloween. Trick or treat preparedness, that's coming up. Okay, going to be doing an open chat on that. But that's Survival Saturday on Veterans Day is, are you prepared to do what's necessary? That's all I'm going to say about it. We'll find out what it is then, but that's coming up. That'll be an interesting one as well. All right. Thank you, Chairman, for coming up here.
All right, no problem.
And everybody in the side chat, thank you for all those great ideas on the different varieties of squash. And that was, some of those just, I wasn't writing. I was just, trying to keep up with it. So yeah, in 2 days, yes, I'm going back and I'm going to be reviewing the side chat to get the names of all those different types of squash to check out. But I got the one saved here from Snake River Seeds. Has the one that has both those ones that Steph, Idaho Garden Girl, put out there. And we'll probably be trying some of those next year. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. And we will see you around.
All right.
If you have a chance, try growing something indoors, even if it's just, and I froze. Grow something indoors, even if it's a small tray of microgreens or something in a 5-gallon bucket. Try growing something indoors. All right. See you guys later.
All right, man.
And see